Finally, after a long season, Division I men's volleyball, the NCAA tournament is here. And in this video, we're breaking down all of the X Factor key players on each team that could be the difference in winning and losing and advancing to the next round. Let's get right into it immediately.
Tennis sets 25-17, 25-14, 25-18.
The NCAA tournament is upon us. The quarterfinal round is here. The matchups are ready. The teams are all in Columbus, ready to go. Here are the players that you should be watching that I think are going to have a chance to break open a game or be the difference in a team winning and losing. And the first matchup is UCLA against Belmont Abbey, the number 3 versus number 6 matchup. After UCLA lost in the MPSF semifinals to Pepperdine, they claimed the 3 seed and the second at-large bid in the tournament. And the 2 guys I have for UCLA that are going to be the X factors are Sean Kelly and Cooper Robinson. UCLA is built on physicality, strength, and the prowess of Andrew Rowan, and the athleticism of their guys. The one deficiency they've had this season has been serve receive. And I think Kelly and Robinson leading the way as the 2 primary passers, as the OH1 and OH2. If they pass well, I think they can challenge anyone. Typically what happens is this team keeps it close and then finds a way to win late against the best opponents and even ones that are inferior to them. So keep an eye out for those 2 guys. Watch how they're serve receiving during the match. I think Belmont Abbey is definitely a team that they should handle pretty easily given their physicality, given the matchups at certain positions. But if these 2 guys need to play well for this team to advance past the first round, through the semifinals, and all the way to the finals. So keep an eye out for them. On Belmont Abbey, 2 players that were on this team last year during their run to the NCAA tournament, Joe Morris and Zach Puentes. Joe being the setter and someone that I know well, being from the Falls Church, Virginia area. I coached his brother at Marymount. Joe's a great kid, great player, and he's going to keep this team in system, and he's going to find ways to get his team to side out and make plays. I think Belmont Abbey's key in this matchup with Morris and Puentes specifically is going to be taking advantage of the missed serves. So when UCLA misses their serves, and they can miss 6, 7, 8 plus a set, you got to find ways to score on those other rallies. So on out of system plays, still finding good sets to your pins to extend the play and stay alive. But I think these are 2 guys that could be a difference. Puentes leading the team in kills in the year with 265. He needs to be strong in serve receive, and he needs to kind of lead the charge for this Crusader team as they take on a juggernaut in the Bruins. So we'll see how this matchup goes. It starts at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Next matchup is the 3 seed and the 7 seed, Penn State versus Hawaii. The 2 X factors I have for Penn State are Michael Schwob and Will Kuhns. Again, kind of setter and OH1 players like I picked for Belmont Abbey here. I think Schwob sets the tone offensively. If he's clicking with his players and connecting with his middles specifically, I think Penn State can be as good a team as anyone in the field in the right times. When they're not connecting, when they're a little bit out of system, I think that level drops off a little bit. When you look at the physicality between Penn State and Hawaii, I think Hawaii definitely has some better athletes, some more size. Comparing tread to Schwob is probably a grade A setter to maybe a grade B minus setter in the landscape. So Schwab's going to have a good game for this Penn State Nittany Lions team to compete, to extend the sets. And I think he's capable of doing that. And he's going to have to lean on a guy like Will Kuhns, who has 319 kills in the year, hitting around 277, but he's their go-to guy. He scores over 3.9 points per set, so he can do it all. And Schroeb's going to have to rely on him heavily to get some side outs and some big points when they need them. On the Hawaii side, they obviously have a ton of pins that are doing well this year. Tread's an elite player, but my X factors for this team are going to be Todd and Kearney. Two players hitting really efficiently. Todd hitting over 500 and coming alive as of late in the middle. 109 kills and some big plays and big moments for this team. So I like Todd to be an X factor in the middle. I think that's a matchup they can really exploit against this Penn State team. And I like Kearney. I like his impact out there with some injuries to Treesky. I know he's been special this year, but Kearney has found a way to get on the court and really make an impact in some of the biggest games so far this season against Long Beach and other opponents. So I look for these two guys to potentially have some big matchups and for Tread to lean on them to score when it's needed and to push this team past a sneaky number 7 Penn State team. Next matchup is the 5 p.m. game featuring the number 1 team in the country, Long Beach State, against Fort Valley State. On the beach side, 2 players I have that I think are going to be the difference are the libero spot. I think Kellen, Larson. If this team is in system, they click and they're pretty much unstoppable. So he's going to be big. He needs to have a big game. And the OH2 spot, Alex Kandev, has been the guy the last half of the season for the beach, and he's played well. He's hit over 400 on the year with 173 kills. I don't think Siapanis is ready to come back into that role, but we'll see if things get into a pinch, if they stick with Kandev or they go to Sani or Siapanis. But I think that's a role that the beach have really utilized out of the BIC, getting some key side outs for Moni when needed, and to really just punish you from a variability of sets. Like, we know what Moni's going to give you. He's going to give you great serving, creativity, physicality at the net, and they have a list of All-Americans on their roster, but these are 2 players in positions that I think if they really solidify those throughout the tournament, that's how they really win games and put pressure on you. So we'll see how those 2 guys do. On the Fort Valley State side, they really have 2 main guys. Haven't seen a whole lot of them this year, but I say Isaiah Fed, the junior 6'3" outside from Florida, has been their best pin this season. 277 kills, hitting 384 with 40 aces. He's kind of their go-to guy. I expect them to lean heavily on him. And on the contrary, I anticipate Long Beach trying to shut him down as much as possible. Oshane, Farquharson at the setting position for Fort Valley. We'll see how he varies the offense, tries to keep them in system as much as he can, and who he goes to score points against a big blocking beach team that puts pressure on you on the attacking side. The final match of the quarterfinal round is Pepperdine versus Loyola Chicago. Pepperdine, a hot team, winning the MPSF, taking down USC and UCLA, 2 of the favorites in that conference all year, behind the back of Ryan Barnett, who is not only the X factor, but the MVP of this team. I think if they roll through him like they have the last couple matches, they're dangerous. And then along with him, I think Jacob Reilly, a guy that is going to poise serve receive and is really the defensive identity of what this team really is and how they beat teams like UCLA and USC. Defensively, picking up balls, staying in system, and extending rallies. And I think they do that better than anyone in this field. And Riley's a big contributor for that. On the Loyola side, the senior heavy team featured with Parker Van Buren and Nicodemus and Meyer, 2 400, 500 hitting percentage guys. I love players in the tournament that are juniors, seniors making impacts. When you have all that experience in the NCAA and you get to the big stage, those couple extra years, those couple extra big moments, I think make a big difference. And a Loyola team that was, I think, the favorite in the MIVA this year, and they took care of business down the stretch. So well deserved for them on getting the 4 seed overall, and we'll see if they can take care of business against Pepperdine. My predictions for the quarterfinals are UCLA in 3, Hawaii in 4, Long Beach in 3, and Pepperdine in 5. Pretty standard matchups overall. I think the best teams are going to win. Great facility in Columbus at Ohio State, so I will be there. I'm heading down for the semifinals and finals matches. If you'll be there in Columbus, do say hello. Yeah, I'm really excited for championship level volleyball, the best of the best. I think these teams are peaking at the right, some of these teams are peaking at the right time, and I look forward to some heavy primetime matchups in the semifinals and finals games when we get closer to those. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen in the quarterfinals, who your X factors are in each team, and yeah, let's get ready for some great action, and we'll see you guys there in Columbus. And that's all I got for this one, and we'll see you guys soon for the games. Peace.